Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. The SEC is getting worse, believe it or not, and I think you will believe it, as it pertains to clarity within the crypto space. Yes, the SEC is actually regressing, reducing the amount of communication that they're willing to provide to any market participant. And so it seems clear to me that the SEC, their real mission is to confuse and deceive investors. That's what it looks like to me. They're not here to help you. Folks, they're just not here to help you. And so I want to share with you new information about what they had to say about a specific cryptocurrency, which, by the way, happens to be, for whatever reason, a very popular cryptocurrency among the XRP community. So it's, again, not XRP that I'm talking about in that instance, but it's a very popular crypto within the XRP community. I'm just seeing a lot of overlap of interest. That's all I mean by that. And then I want to compare this. I'm going to show you exactly in a real email from the SEC to an investor, and then we're going to compare that to what they had to say to a different investor that was asking the same thing about XRP. And then I've got a couple of comments from attorney John Deaton. So plenty to discuss in this latest Moon Lambo hot jam. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a legal background or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who makes YouTube videos about crypto topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. First, I want to highlight this. There was a tweet from Tom Emmer. I'm sure many of you are familiar with him, Representative Tom Emmer. Very pro-crypto individual here, and he's had a number of public interactions with Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. He's a force for good in the world of crypto. And so there's this tweet from December 3rd last year, and he tagged Gary Gensler, and he wrote, "I'm still waiting on your response to our November 3rd letter asking you to make sense of why Bitcoin futures ETFs are allowed to trade, but not Bitcoin spot ETFs." And that's a really good question. I don't know. I mean, it's allowed in Canada. Why not here? It doesn't make any damn sense. Other than the SEC and Gary Gensler, they're attempting to solidify what they believe to be a concrete stranglehold on the entire crypto space. And so on January 3rd, Tom Emmer retweeted that and wrote, "Still waiting, Gary Gensler." And so I responded and wrote the following, because Gary Gensler shared on January 3rd a 16-second video clip of him wishing everyone a happy new year, effectively. And so I wrote, "Gary is a bit slow, let's say. He's wishing people a happy new year 2 days after the new year hit." And I actually wrote directly to Gary Gensler, at least his account here. I don't think he manages it. But I wrote the following. This is on January 3rd. I wrote to him, "The new year arrived 2 days ago. This is like wishing people Merry Christmas on December 27th. Since I've got your attention, stop regulating by enforcement." I don't think he's going to listen. But the reason that I felt like highlighting that, other than just to illustrate absurdity, because it is what it is, this is the thread where somebody named Holo, he's at Holo_Thunder, all up on the Twitters, wrote to Representative Tom Emmer about an email that he received from the SEC. And then so I'm going to share this email, and then we're going to compare a similar email from the XRP community. And so here's what Holo wrote. "Good luck with that. I asked the SEC if Hedera's H-bar," that's the other crypto I was talking about, "I asked the SEC if Hedera's H-bar was a security. They replied with a formal letter asking me to ask Hedera. Seriously, it's the SEC's job to tell me what is or is not considered a security, so why are they telling me to ask Hedera?" And he's not kidding. This is what they actually wrote. This is why I said at the outset of the video. The SEC is regressing. They're providing less information to the community than before. And I'm going to, especially when we do a side-by-sider of this email compared to the one having to do with XRP, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So I don't want to read the whole thing. The whole thing's on your screen. I want to read the top portion of it, though. "Dear whoever," and this individual blocked their name out, of course that's fine. And this is from the SEC, an attorney at the SEC. "Thank you for contacting the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. We appreciate the opportunity to review your concerns regarding Hedera Hashgraph and the H-bar token. The Office of Investor Education and Advocacy, or OIEA for short, processes many complaints received from individual investors and others. We keep records of of the correspondence we receive in a searchable database that SEC staff may make use of in inspections, examinations, and investigations. In addition, some correspondence received by OIEA is referred directly to other SEC offices and divisions for their review. If they have any questions or wish to respond directly to your comments, they will contact you. Please note, Hedera Hashgraph is not registered with the SEC, and there is no registration for HBAR tokens. And this is the money spot shot right here. Check this out. Please understand the SEC's role as federal regulator prohibits our office from providing legal advice to members of the public, as issuers of securities are responsible for ensuring that any offerings are done in compliance with the SEC's regulations. Our best advice is to contact Hedera Hashgraph directly for a response to your concern. So there you go. They are refusing to provide an investor, member of the public, specific information, which is their freaking job to decide what is and is not, or to clarify what is and is not a security. When investors seek that clarity, they're the end all be all. The SEC is, and they're saying, no, we're not going to do that. Why don't you go ask Hedera? Ask Hedera about the HBAR token. And so they wrote, it's, federal regulators. Let me read the first part again. Please understand the SEC's role as federal regulator prohibits our office from providing legal advice to members of the public. Look, that seems like such a cop-out, does it not? Because, again, it's the SEC's role to provide this level of clarity. Right? The space doesn't have the clarity. They're not asking for some sort of investment advice from a legal perspective. That's not exactly like to buy or not buy something. We're just asking, is the damn thing a security? And so they're regressing because this is worse than the type of non-answer that they used to give. This is a non-answer. Non-answer. Just add a bunch of nons on there. It's not a damn thing. So now let's compare it to a similar email from an XRP holder. Some of you may have seen this in the past. I've covered this before. Take a look at this from the Daily Hodl. Ripple cites viral tweet on status of XRP in legal battle against SEC. So this article is from August 25th of last year, but it's citing a tweet from December 24th of 2020, just 2 days after the SEC filed its initial legal complaint against Ripple, claiming that Ripple sold XRP as an unregistered security. Piece reads as follows. Ripple is citing a U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission letter to a retail investor in its ongoing legal battle against the top U.S. regulator. A Twitter user named Frank claims that he reached out to the SEC after buying XRP to see whether he purchased a security. In a viral tweet, the user shared a screenshot of the SEC's response, which indicated that as of October 2020, mind you, that's a couple months before the lawsuit, the SEC bringing the lawsuit against Ripple. As of October 2020, the regulator hadn't issued a determination on the digital asset status as a security. So here's the actual tweet in question right here, which reads as follows. This is from the SEC to this guy named Frank. We appreciate the opportunity to review your additional concerns about Ripple XRP cryptocurrency. Pause. How the hell does this individual at the SEC not know that Ripple's a company and XRP is a cryptocurrency? Like, my gosh, like every opportunity where the SEC can fail, they take that opportunity. That they take an opportunity, just even if it's just a little thing, like wording this incorrectly, they're just going to fail. And then they wrote, please be advised, the SEC has not issued a determination on whether the cryptocurrency XRP is a security. Whether a cryptocurrency is considered a security will depend on the characteristics and use of the cryptocurrency. As we have suggested, you may want to review Chairman Jay Clayton's statement regarding cryptocurrencies and initial coin offerings. And so there you go. This is the SEC admitting that they don't know as of October 2020 whether or not XRP is a security. Now, this is getting them in legal trouble because the SEC today is claiming that it's super clear and always has been that XRP is a security. But here you have a member of the public asking, since it's so obvious, like, what is it? October of 2020, 2 months before the lawsuit. And the SEC saying, we don't know, we haven't decided. We don't know, and we haven't decided. And Ripple has and is actively using this in their defense in the SEC versus Ripple case. Ripple is using this because it's, well, for obvious reasons. It's damning. It's very damning of the SEC. So the SEC seems to have learned that maybe it's not good for them to be honest, so they're removing like the tiny shred of honesty, like even this right here, they're removing that now, which is why when you see what they had to say about HBAR, they're just like, we're not going to tell you, just go ask the people that created it. That's it. They're refusing to offer any guidance. How repulsive and disgusting is this? These are bad people that don't have your interests in mind. They're here to confuse and deceive you as investors. They're not here to help you. Look at how they're behaving. All of their behavior screams that they don't give a damn about you, and they're not interested in providing any sort of clear path forward for the entire crypto space. Could not be more obvious. And so John Deaton, he was recently on Crypto Beat, and there's a clip on your screen right here. I'm not going to play the actual clip, but he shared that, and he also wrote the following. The SEC will try and explain this away by saying some S word like, quote, we don't give guidance that might dissuade a company from listing an asset, or words to that effect. And so he was actually he was referencing Coinbase, because Coinbase, you may know, approached the SEC saying, hey, our internal legal review, our legal team here says that XRP passes or doesn't pass the Howey test. It looks like it's not a security. We're going to list it in a month. If you have any problem, tell us now. And so that's what he was referencing when John Deaton wrote, the SEC will try and explain this away by saying some S word like, we don't give guidance that might dissuade a company from listing an asset, or words to that effect. That alone is utter nonsense because Clayton, Hinman, and Gary Gensler have repeatedly said, come in and talk to us. Exactly. And so think about that in the case of Coinbase, come in and talk to us. Well, they did. And they got a big nothing. And mind you, it's supposed to be so clear what is and is not a security. Just say it if it's so damn clear, SEC, you frickin' asshats. You're an asshat factory. Just nothing, asshat, just going down the freaking assembly line like on a conveyor belt. Asshat. That's all that. It's all that happens there. It's a bunch of asshattery. And so that's why they're not only refusing to provide clarity here with the Coinbase situation, which is why I wanted to highlight this. They're also, when an investor asked for clarity, and again, they're saying, hey, we're here to help. We're here to provide information, make things clear. Because the crypto space itself is already so clear, right? They wouldn't do it. They're providing even less information than they used to. Freaking repulsive, is it not? Really grinds my gears, folks. Really grinds my gears. My gears are getting all ground up. All up in this bitch. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.